A very good morning, all of you. Shri Amit Khareji, Secretary Higher Education, Professor D.P. Singh ji, Chairman UGC, Professor Rama Shankar Dubey ji, Vice Chancellor, Central University of Gujarat, and all the participants in this webinar today. It is my extreme pleasure to join you all and inaugurate this webinar series on women empowerment and building gender parity, which is being organized under the Good Governance Week. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to begin by saying that gender parity is something which is not just good for a woman, but it is good for the society and the nation as a whole. And no nation can truly develop if it leaves behind half of its population. So any society which fails to harness the energy and capacity of its women is at a huge disadvantage in the modern world. So gender parity is something that we really need. It is very important that in today's times, both men and women have equal opportunities, equal rights, equal roles, and equal responsibilities. Only then can they contribute equally in all dimensions and all walks of life. And when we talk about gender parity, we strive towards it because it has lots of good effects in terms of increasing the sense of self-worth of women, in terms of increasing her decision-making abilities, in terms of increasing her access to resources, in terms of increasing her control over her life, not just inside the home, but also in the outside world. And overall, I can say that gender parity has an effect on her ability to effect change in her life, in the society, in the nation, and in the world. And this government, led by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, is making tremendous efforts to move towards gender parity and bring about the empowerment of women in the country. In his grand vision, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji sees women not as just passive recipients of the benefits of development, but as someone who drives the development of the country, as someone who contributes to the progress of the country. So he often says that we as a country are not working towards women's development, but we as a country see a development model which is led by women today. And this is a good sign. Insofar as the various schemes from different sectors of this government are concerned, I would like to quote a few examples here. Let us talk about the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. The biggest beneficiary, or you can say the maximum number of account holders under this PM Jan Dhan Yojana are women. We have a total of more than 41 crores bank accounts which have been opened under this scheme, and 23 crores account holders are women. Think about Ujjwala. It is aimed at benefiting women and improving their lives. Think about the crores of toilets which have been built across the country under Swachh Bharat mission. It intends to create a change in the lives of a common woman. I would also say that the government led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has done a lot towards empowering the self-help groups, much more than what the earlier governments did. A lot of support from this government the self-help groups are getting. And these self-help groups of women have had a major role to play during the COVID pandemic times. Whether it was making masks or sanitizers or creating awareness about the corona protocols, the COVID appropriate behaviors, or delivering food to the needy. Their role has been exemplary. We have several schemes under the Women and Child Ministry, ranging from Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao to One-Stop Crisis Center, the Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandan Yojana, Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, and a lot more. All these are aimed at fulfilling the dream of gender parity. Today, we are organizing this web series by the Ministry of Education. It is also important to note several initiatives that the Ministry of Education has taken in its journey towards gender parity. And let me quote a few to each one of you. I have learned that there has been an 18.2% increase in female enrollment in higher education from the year 2015-16 to 2019-20. It's a great achievement. 17,409 women have been awarded PhD level degree during the year 2019-20 as compared to slightly above 9,000 in the year 2015-16. So you see a clear progress. Per 100 male students, the number of female students has increased from 86 in the year 2015-16 to 96 in the year 2019-20. Female participation is very high and has also increased at the postgraduate levels, which means in MA, MSc and MCom during the last 5 years. 17 universities are exclusively for women. 3 in Rajasthan, 2 in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, 1 each in Andhra Pradesh, Assam, Bihar, Delhi, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, Uttarakhand and West Bengal. The number of girl students in the IITs has also grown from 8% in 2016 to 18% in 2019 for the Bachelor of Technology courses. Under Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan, keeping in mind the safety and security of the girl child, self-defense training, the Rani Lakshmi Bai Atma Raksha Parikshan is also given to girls studying in class 6 to 12 in government schools across the country. Under the National Education Policy 2020, which has been rolled out lately, Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalayas are to be upgraded to class 12 for girls belonging to SC, ST, OBC, minority and BPL. The National Education Policy 2020 focuses on the girl child, provision of sanitary pad vending machines and separate toilet for girls in all the schools. Over 38 crores to 7,723 girl students in 2021 has been disbursed under the Pragati scheme by AICTE. The postgraduate Indira Gandhi Scholarship for Single Girl Child and Postdoctoral Fellowship for Women by the UGC. Single Girl Child Scholarship by the Central Board of Secondary Education for single girl students who have secured 60% or more marks in CBSE Class 10. CBSE Udan, sent to help increasing the enrollment of girl students in the prestigious engineering institutions and address the teaching gap between school education and engineering entrance examination. The gross enrollment ratio of girls in higher education is now more than 1. So you see clear signs of progress, and different sectors, different ministries are working towards the agenda of gender parity. We can see the government is doing a lot in its capacity. Take a look at the recent cabinet expansion. Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has inducted 11 new women ministers in the Union Cabinet. So clearly, the Prime Minister envisions a government where women have a larger role to play. But what I feel today, that the efforts of government must be supplemented by a change in the social mindsets, which is something each one of us has to do. And every change begins with the family. So today, while we are connected through this webinar on women empowerment and gender parity, I would appeal to each one of you to think of ways in which you can begin a change in your own family. When we start creating little changes in our own family, it creates a bigger change in the society, and hence the nation, and hence the world. Social mindsets must change for gender parity to attain its true meaning. India is a country where we have seen women as the heads of nation, as Prime Minister, as Union Cabinet Ministers, as Chief Ministers. We see them in every field today, every walk of life today. We see them as lawyers, we see them as judges, we see them as media reporters, we see them as doctors, engineers, artists. I think no field is left. Still, we need to do a lot more. And we cannot succeed unless the attitudes of the whole society, every single person changes. Because most of the barriers to gender parity exist in the deeply entrenched patriarchal traditions or mindsets. We still have a long way to go in further changing these mindsets and supplementing the efforts of the government. Gender parity has to become a people's movement. Jan Andolan banana hai isko. And government alone cannot do it. So let's do it together and let's make it happen. Today, I want to tell every girl, every woman, learn to love yourself. Learn to believe in yourself. Learn to value yourself. And learn to respect yourself. You also have a lot to contribute. When we start believing in ourselves, when we have a lot of respect for ourselves, when we have aspirations, when we have dreams, and when we refuse to be tied down by any sorts of barriers, it is then that the world will change. So every woman also has to make an individual conscious effort. And as a society, we all must make a collective effort. So today, I want to conclude this webinar by just saying that an empowered woman is powerful beyond measure and beautiful beyond description. So let us all pledge today to have and to make a large number of such powerful and beautiful women by starting a change in our own families. Government will perform its duties, social workers will do their job, police, media, administration, judiciary, they will all play their role. Let us pledge to play our own individual role. With this, I thank you all for connecting with me, and I thank the Ministry of Education for giving me this opportunity to join you all today and sharing my opinions and speaking my heart out. Thank you very much.